Hey everyone, Frank Somerville is a loved and respected local anchor on KTVU Channel 2, and he posted on Facebook a take on Stephen Colbert's monologue where Colbert essentially compared Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler in Nazi Germany. Frank Somerville really strongly disagrees. And Frank, I read your post in its entirety, and I thought about it. At first, I agreed with you, and then I thought about it and disagreed. Here's why I went through the shift. As you know, I vlog, and I had thought for some time of making a vlog that compares Hitler to Donald Trump. And the similarities for me are there. The fiery speeches, the nonsensical rhetoric at times, and most importantly, the insistence on focusing on the other. And in this case, for Donald Trump, the other is anyone who's Muslim. For Adolf Hitler, the other was anyone who's Jewish. And we know what happened there. This, if you want to say act, as some do, by Donald Trump, seems to really be based on a playbook that comes from Adolf Hitler. Therefore, given the fact that we have Nazi skinheads, and Frank, if you do a news report, and the news report has to do with demonstrations against Nazi skinheads, you don't take the term Nazi out of your script in discussing the news. You don't do that because the skinheads, call themselves skinheads, and they worship and represent Nazi Germany. At least they say that they do. Now, you would say, wait a minute, Donald Trump doesn't say that he does that, but his behavior points to it. And yes, their atrocities were absolutely terrible. No question about it. That's not even for discussion. But we can't hide from what happened then because they were. It should always serve as a bellwether of a direction we don't want to go. So Colbert was right in what he did. Perhaps it was disgusting to you, but you have to remember something. Comedy, at its best, is not only funny, but it pushes boundaries to the point where it makes us think. It challenges us. It causes us to do precisely what you and I are doing right now. Well, in a sense, talking. I'm not talking directly to you, but I'm trying the next best thing, since I don't have your cell number. The bottom line is, we cannot afford to go in that direction. And what bothers me about Trump is that because of his behavior and rhetoric, we react to it. And in today's social media and digital communications environment, that reaction becomes content which gets searched, which gets shared and monetized, and begats more content and more searches and more acts of monetization. And all of this helps to give Donald Trump free exposure, which helps him in turn spread his message. You ever heard of the idea that someone becomes radicalized? Of course you have, right? There are people who are becoming radicalized against Muslims by Donald Trump because his message is repeated again and again and again. In fact, you know what? I'm going to make a separate blog post noting just that, because it just occurred to me. Donald Trump is radicalizing people himself. We have to point to what he is doing and stop it in its tracks before it goes too far. And so, on that note, and for that reason, I think Stephen Colbert was absolutely right in what he did.